Hey there guys, Reckoning here, and welcome back to Let's Play Muramasa the Demon Blade. In this episode, we're going to be doing the remaining enemy layers as Kisuke. Because that's what I'm most comfortable with, and nobody said, and I do mean nobody, said anything against it, so we're just going to do it as Kisuke. So I go for all 10 of the enemy layers that are left. And it takes a while. This actually takes 2 episodes worth of footage. Because it's a lot. But level 75, that's good. We're using, I believe, the same blades we were using last time when we did the boss rush. So, nothing different there. But you're going to be noticing we're going to be getting new items, and we're going to be getting new blades in these episodes. And this is a level 42 blue enemy layer in the Hida province, where it's similar to the Tengu enemy layer, just it's with snow women, and it's a hell of a lot easier, because I think it's only like 5 waves. So if you don't have problem with the snow women and you're 30 levels over the recommended level for this layer, it should be no problem. If you were a little bit, actually at it, then it might pose a challenge. But yeah, only got 6,000 experience out of that. We got the Wolfsbane poison, which I will show off in a second. All the way over to accessories. For a new effect, Deathblade gives a small chance to perform a quick kill. I don't try to use stuff like that. But now we're at a new layer. It's purple. I forget the province exactly. Which one is this? Courage in the Ghostly Hour. I'm not sure which one this actually is. I'll make sure to put an annotation somewhere to tell where it is, in case anybody's curious. This is a level 47 purple enemy layer. It's not difficult. It comes in 3 waves, I guess you could call them. The first wave is 3 blue monks. The blue monks have never posed a challenge, so as long as you know how to play the game, you should not have a problem here. And if you want to use your fairy blades like I do, then you're welcome to it. But you'll notice that I've been using stones, I've been using them. Because they're actually, it's a good idea to use them. Because if a blade gets broken and you really want to use that blade, then you can use the stone and bring it back. And if you're playing Shiguri, you're definitely going to want to do that. Because if a blade breaks, you're dead. So you gotta have some stones on hand. Or just be good at not getting blades broken, which obviously I'm not a pro at. While going through this enemy layer as Momohime, because I was grinding her up for her last ending, I noticed that the things that the blue monks throw up in the air, you can actually hit them and deflect them back at the monks. I was not aware of that when I did this Kisuke or at any other point in the project. But yeah, you can do that. But I doubt anybody's actually playing along with me. I mean, there could be somebody who is, but I doubt it. See, now this would be a good spot for a Jokenji stone, which would fully replenish all 3 of my blades. That, or, I don't remember what the name of the other one is. There's another one that affects all your blades and restores them by 50%. Okay, so the first wave is down, now the second wave is this. Second technical wave. If you have a quick draw, piece of cake. The third and final wave is this, the God of Pestilence. We've seen this before, it was a piece of cake. It's no different here. The God of Pestilence is an easy as hell boss. It has really two attacks. Its shocking attack where it tackles you with electricity, and when it emits poison. That's all it's got. Like the giant centipede, it's a piece of cake. Plain and simple. I throw out my Yasha because I still believe it gives you a window of invulnerability, though I don't believe that it actually does. Maybe it temporarily boosts attack power. I wouldn't know. Let's switch off my Firestorm Blade. I guess it could have a purpose fighting God of Pestilence since it's always floating. But odds are, like, a quarter or so of the projectiles are going to miss. And you're probably going to want the Blade Soul for when it does that. Because if you hit it when it's doing that, you start breaking your blades. So, there's not... I can't really say much about the God of Pestilence. We've seen it before. You've seen how easy it is to fight. I mean, I'm not equipped any differently than I really was in the last enemy layer. And I'm using the same strategy that I did the last time I saw this. Well, the difference is I'm trying to get, you know, some levels. Which, once you get the reward, you can go back to any enemy layer you want, just to use it for grinding. Though I can't say which would be the best to use. If you're going for levels, well, there's one in particular, but you need to be able to get the levels to be able to get to it in the first place. So from that, we got the Clapper, which, if I show there, slightly increases enemy encounters. So if you're going around just fighting random enemies, you know, trying to level up, you might want to throw on a Clapper. But now here's another layer. It's level 49. I think I know which one this is. Yeah, this is the Ozaru Stealth Army. Again, I'm not sure where this one is. I'll throw up an annotation somewhere. The idea for this is simple. The entire layer is for Kuruzaru. Or Kuzuraru, or I forget the name. I think it's Kuruzaru. You just have to fight 4 of them. If you have secret arts that can hit both sides of you, that might be a good thing. Because these guys will like to pretty much corner you or trap you. And then with all 4 of them being in close proximity to you, one could be spinning its shuriken, one could be just holding it, another one could be spinning it, one could be trying to throw it, and you'll just be stuck getting hit by something. So it's not fun. Or one will be spinning, one will be just standing there, one will be jumping. It's fun. It's very fun. Very easy to break blades. Pretty much a wall of spinning blades. Yeah. So one could be jumping, one could be spinning, one could be throwing, one could actually just be standing there. Or it could be actually swinging its blade at you. So they could all be doing something different to hurt you. Or there could be 3 of them jumping, one of them just standing there. All my blades are broken. I need some health. I don't know why I didn't use a stone here. Because I could have used a Shokenji stone to restore all 3 of them. I might not have had one. Because I know going through all these enemy layers depleted me on stones. I didn't use them until I started doing this, and I ran out kind of quick. So then in between layers, I would go and stock up on whatever I needed. Like, as you can see, I have no Ejo stones, I have no spirit tablets, I have no peaches. Because I needed to restock all the time. So I used a Yokenji stone to restore all 3 of my blades to full. I can't really say which is the most useful. It really depends on circumstances. Alright, that gave a Ninja Socks. Now, of course I'll be showing it in a second, but Ninja Socks is an item that decreases enemy encounters. It's the opposite of the Clapper. Clapper increases them, the Ninja Socks decrease them. And we're at another layer. This one's white. I believe I know what this one is, though. It's a 50. Okay, this one is Wildlife Caricature. And if I remember correctly, it is in the Kai province. This is one of my least favorite. It just annoys me. The entire enemy layer is fighting boars and fighting pheasants. The boars are not the problem. It's the pheasants. Once you aggro a pheasant, it can fly faster than you can float after it, which makes it quite fun to chase down. You try dashing and you just can't quite make it, and then they dash into you and then they fly off. You'll see me trying to swing at them a little bit. The boars are a piece of cake because they stay on the ground. The pheasants, though, are not exactly fun. And this time around, you can't just kill all the enemies with a single quick draw. You could do that with pheasants if you ran into them in the wild. You can't do that here. You can try, but it won't insta-kill them. But it'll help. And if you look at my items, I did restock a little bit. I got some spirit tablets on hand. Using the same blades, though, because they're the strongest ones I can get my hands on at the moment. We'll be changing that until I can actually get some new blades. And since I've done pretty much everything, the only way to get new blades is to do the strongest enemy layers in the game. Save for the last one. The last one doesn't give you a blade. It gives you a really good item. But you're just going to have to wait and see what it does. But it's a good item. I'll probably allude to what it does, or give a hint as to what it does inadvertently. You never know. So I'm still chasing around. God damn it. I'm still chasing around pheasants. That's fun. There's 4 of them flying around. See, I don't know exactly what blade would be best for fighting them either. Because as you probably noticed, you attack differently depending on what blade you're using. If you're using a regular blade, you attack faster and you have different combos. If you're using a longer blade, it's slower, but it has different combos. If you're going for aerial combat, it's probably best to go with a long blade, because the regular blades finish off an aerial combo by diving out of the sky in a spinning attack. Which can be useful, but if you're trying to chase down enemies, the ending to a long blade air combo actually does help you, because it helps you stay aloft. I mean, you know, getting charged up by a boar helps you stay in the air too. Damn it! Why am I so tired? Ah. So you also notice that I don't seem to be getting many levels outside the layers. That's because once I finish it, I can use a bronze mirror, warp away, and I don't have to run deep into enemy lines to get to something like that. Not most of the time. The layers I'm looking for are in close enough proximity to the shrine that if I do run into enemies, I'm not going to get very much experience off of them. Just because they're in an area where Kisuke was early on in the game, so the enemies are kind of weak there. So they seem to strengthen up. They don't die all in one hit. In certain spots they do, but they're not just like level 1 enemies going up against a level 80 Kisuke. Your best bet's just to charge at him, but we finished that off, and we get the Hungry Devil Saucer, which has the effect of Mad Tummy, which depletes your fullness meter faster. Which, if you're using a lot of food items, it's a very good choice to use. Okay, where the hell are we now? Oh, I think I know where we are. The Scheming Yagyu clan. I believe this is a white barrier level 57 enemy lair, and I believe it's in the Yamato province. I believe it is, like right outside where Momohime goes for her final boss, and next to the intersection where Kisuke goes for the spider boss. Now, I had tried this before and I didn't have very good luck, so I decide, okay, I'm gonna need a little something to help me out here. So I throw up a stewed yam hot pot to give me absorb life. So if I do get hit, if I can hit back, I'll be able to get some life back. All in all, I didn't actually need it because I was a little more careful. And odds are I wouldn't get much out of the absorb life anyway, because it'd probably be just a, oh, you absorb like 1% of their health, which is, when it's per hit and you're using a regular fast blade, it could work. But if you're using a long blade, it's not exactly the best thing. And it helps to keep your health up. But if you keep getting hit for stuff that does like 300 damage, yeah, it doesn't help so much. But still, if you look, you might be able to see like 10s, 12s, 14s flying off. That's with every swing, so it's a somewhat steady stream of health, but it's not a lot, so it's not like, oh, I can just hit this one guy and, be, invulnerable. I mean, it's kind of the sort of thing that Krieg could do in Borderlands 2. He's got something that works kind of like that. Not that it's not that he steals life, but if he uses action skilling to kill something while you're using it, it instantly refills your health, which is nice. And if you're playing on Ultimate Vault Hunter mode, you kind of need it. And then, of course, it's really funny when you're like, oh, about to die. Oh, release the beast. More melee damage. I take half the damage, and I just start killing stuff. It's like, oh, I'm about to die. Release the beast. It's like I'm slashing stuff. It's like, oh, I'm still about to die. Oh, wait, kill you, full health. I imagine I wouldn't have complained about Ultimate Vault Hunter mode had I started with Krieg from the start. Of course, when I started, I don't think he was available. And when I got the game, he wasn't available, but Krieg's fun. He's fun. I have to switch off my Shokenji stones. So then I put on some Komori stones. Komori stones are quite interesting indeed. Komori stones don't restore any of your blade's soul power. They prevent it from decreasing. Now, if you were given a blade whose soul power does not decrease, if you can block every attack the enemy throws at you, you can't die. So actually, activating a Komori stone, dependent on your skill, gives you pseudo invincibility. As long as you can block anything the enemy throws at you, your blades won't take any damage, you won't take any damage, and you'll keep living. And if you want to spam secret arts, that's also another useful thing you could do. I believe this is like the last wave, or like second to last wave. After you've killed enough ninjas, Yukinojo comes out. And he functions as obviously the boss of this enemy area. And like in Momohime's story, he's not difficult. And like the boss that you fight him as Kisuke, you know, when you go over there and you fight him as Kisuke, still not a problem, so it stands up here. Probably also because it's a level 57 layer. The thing to worry about is the onslaught of ninjas that will pretty much entrap you and multiply and hit you a lot. Yukinojo's not a problem. The samurais in this game never are. If you can break their blade, then you pretty much got it made. And then, of course, you can keep comboing him like I'm doing here. It's very nice when that does work. Dude, Komori stones are nice. Because if you've got secret arts that take up a lot of your soul's power, and you want to preserve that, a Komori stone is an excellent choice. Because there's one secret art called Concealing Mist, and we got 17,000 out of that. And we got a blade out of that. That's one of the higher up layers that you actually get blades off of them. I think that's the weakest one you get, though. But now, since we're pretty much going to be getting blades from here on out, I'm going to show the stats on it, and then I'm going to go to the forge and show you what we can make now that we've got it. And I looked into this. You can do this with either character. It does not matter who beats them. And now with that, we can make Mountain Wind, which is a 590. We can make Universe, which I never used. We can make Cross. Cross 3 is a pretty good one. And we can make Earth Hornet 3. That comes in handy later. And now we can't make any more. Not because we're out of Souls of Spirit, but because we need 2 more blades to do it. The next blade to be unlocked, Soul and Spirit wise, requires that we get 2 more blades from these layers. So, we're not going to be forging for a little bit. It's going to take, I think, 2 more layers before we can start doing that again. Not sure what I'm doing here. Oh, just boosting attack power. But I'm putting